We are live. Bhavna.
I start then? Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 12th Annual Estate Summit and Awards. Well, the show is presented to you by Remax and organized by Franchisee India. This year, the 12th edition has gone virtual and hope you enjoy the day sessions and awards. Well, do take out the advantage of the platform and network with your fellow colleagues. Attend all the sessions to know real estate post-COVID era. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 12th annual awards for the developers, realtors, and the architects. And right now, for our keynote and welcome address, we are joined by Gaurav Marya, Chairman and Founder, Franchisee India Group, and Managing Director, Remax India. Well, Gaurav Marya, the visionary force behind Franchisee India Group. Gaurav Marya is India's leading franchisee and business growth expert and a highly successful serial entrepreneur. He's widely known for bringing about franchisee and small business revolution in India. He's the visionary force behind Franchisee India, the largest integrated small business, franchisee, and retail solution company. Gaurav is highly regarded as India's foremost consultant and has played a crucial advisory role with over 4,000 large and small corporations in India and international markets, helping them make informed decisions about their business growth. He's been providing consulting and advisory services to over 25,000 budding entrepreneurs with a focus on helping them select and meet the challenges of starting up businesses and also benefit to more than 10 million business investors, both directly and indirectly. Gaurav is highly admired for his non-conformist operative style. Also, he's authored bestseller books in franchising, which is The Science of Reproducing Success, in which he culled his years of experience in franchising and sold over 20,000 copies. He's also penned Take Charge, a book on building entrepreneurial and change mindset for achieving business growth, and is the highest selling business book on Indian stands today. Well, also his third book, It Takes Two to Tango, gives insight into making customer connect in changing India. He's also assisted more than 200 international authors as well. And I'd request now Mr. Marya to join us on the stage and screen. Over to you.
Thank you, Bhavna, and welcome, friends, and welcome on the behalf of Franchise India, Remax India, on the 12th edition of our Estate Summit. Estate Summit was started 12 years back when my younger brother Sachin Marya, with my partner, now partner in Remax, that time the founder of Remax India, really came together with the idea of starting this Estate Award. It was actually Sam Chopra and Sachin Marya really started and thought through of this idea to start a Estate Summit. That time there was no platform actually for our broking community, and we felt that the broking community needed a platform for having an event, and then we created a much larger canvas. In the last 12 years, we've seen a lot of highs in the industry. We've seen lows, and we've really seen some disasters. We've also seen some very, very tough times, especially last 5 years since demonetization really happened. The first really, so to say, setback came that time, and then we had GST, which is in turn good for the industry, but I mean, for a short period, it was again a setback, and then we had a huge liquidity issues. We had a lot of other banking crisis, and then we had COVID. So pretty much when the COVID started, it was the last fall of this whole real estate going through. But I should congratulate every single member of our industry. So this industry is so strong, and I think probably when I've been working, fortunately, in Franchise India's business, I've had an opportunity to work on multi-industries. But I can tell you with all honesty that real estate industry has performed much better than a lot of other industries. While it was expected to be the biggest in trouble, but I think we always stay strong, and the industry by practice knows how to really recover fast. So when this whole COVID really started from March to I think July, there was a lot of what I call uncertainty and anxiety in the overall industry. And from I think July to September, we started seeing some stability. People started seeing, and I think even developers started coming back with their projects and things of that nature, while this was always a prep time for a season. And from September, October, November, we started seeing revival, and in some pockets, rather even growth. and especially in some sectors like a low-cost housing and a couple of other areas, in some even cities, because India is a very large country. We cannot really generalize situations. In some markets, we have seen some solid traction coming in, and this would continue to be the case. But what would really lie ahead of us, would be the next 4 months? How do we really, address this part of the entire thing? How the quarter really comes out to be? So I'm very hopeful that with the news of vaccine being around and a lot of other things, I genuinely feel that the next quarter should surprise all of us, and we should see some serious results coming in. And this is what I think the industry should really see, because we have been lying low for a very, very long period, and I think the industry needs that kind of a revival. But it would also need a lot of correction. It would also need a lot of consolidation, which is part of that. I mean, consolidation is either can be done by choice or it is forced upon. And I feel that we should make a sensible decision to really bring some kind of consolidation. And that's where I think the industry should really go through. 2021, I feel that it looks like a very promising time for the industry. I think this will start moving and giving symptoms of growth. And then the subsequent years, we can really see through the run, which the real estate has been looking for very, very long period. And this has been a very prolonged, I think, a static stage for the industry. The industry needs that kind of revival. And I feel that the 5 things which I genuinely believe this industry needs to do, and I'm not talking more in the perspective of being representing Remax India, which is world's #1 real estate broking company. I feel that 5 things which I would like to see in the industry, what I call the 5 Ps. The first P is the policy. We have been very reactive in our nature of policy. One has to understand, and the government has to understand, urban planning has to understand, our banks have to understand that this industry needs a very proactive policy making. So we always try to troubleshoot, and by our industry representation bodies, both at the developer representation bodies and the broking representation bodies have been very, very proactive. But I feel that it has to be even more from a policymakers. They need to see this industry is one of the largest contributor to GDP, needs a much effective policy making. That's where our liquidity issues would come through. Because at the end of the day, this industry needs tons of good money, and that money would not only come within the markets. I think we need to open up markets. We need to encourage a lot of foreign investment to come in. It's coming in pockets. It's coming in some sectors, but I feel that India has absolute opportunity to attract a lot of good money to the sector, and that would give a required liquidity for the industry to really go to that. Second P is, to me, partnerships. While this industry was built on partnerships, everything was collaborative here. But this is a time where we all need to come together and really need to see how synergies would work. The developer community needs this most, because I feel that the good partnerships can be done now with all the large corporates entering the market. In last 5 years, the welcome sign which I see, and I've been talking on my webinars, is that every large corporate of India has entered this space, which is good business, because at the end of the day, it gives you a lot of confidence building for end home buyers, because they are now dealing with corporates they have actually dealt with years and years in their other products and consumption. But what we need is a much more effective partnerships. So we need to reach out. We need to reach out to each other to really see how we can collaborate more. And a lot of joint partnership models, other things should really come out on the market. Even in the broking community, I would say that we need to collaborate much more than we are been collaborating in the past. Third is perception. This is one worry I always had when I compare real estate as an asset class to any other financial product. Look at mutual fund as industry, how well they have really created a perception for people to invest. While India has a very little participation for people to invest in equity or in mutual fund, but real estate is everybody's desire. But as an industry, we have not really set the perception that we are the best asset class to invest. And honestly, we're the only real asset class to invest. And that's where the value really lies in. How do we really collectively as an industry present ourselves to all the the overall marketplace that we are the best asset class for people to invest on that. So that's something which is required to be done. And I will encourage our associations to really take some more proactive approach in that communication. I have not seen in the last 7-8 months, we have come collectively to really create kind of a perception in the market that this is a right time for people to come and invest in the real estate. That's very, very important. And we need to, at all levels, encourage that. And once this positive perception really comes in, investor confidence would come back. Hence, the industry would start seeing a better growth. Fourth P is the people. People is very important for any industry to grow, and it is all about talent. Why real estate, being one of the largest industries, don't attract the best minds? That's something which we need to ask, and at both levels. Again, I'm talking on the developer side and also on the broking side. Why broking is not the best career option for people to really be part of it? Why are we not encouraging the best minds from our B schools and other places to part of our industry? And that's something has to change. We need to really change that. I mean, when a kid comes out of a top college, he looks at maybe joining an ICICI or a Kotak bank or another thing. Why they don't really look at joining a top developer or top broking house of India? That's something which needs to have change, because we need to start attracting top talent. And the talent would eventually be very, very important for our future, how we really design and structure it. And that would also mean that we need to encourage a lot of trainings and capabilities in our education institutions, and our larger partnerships have to be encouraged. Fifth P is performance, and performance is driving efficiencies. A lot of economics of the business, better research has to be done on the projects. So I think we are just sometimes in real estate, just follow trends. And that's something should now be based on solid research. And also, I think larger efficiencies, which technology can really help us now, that our projects are delivered on time, we are building projects on right efficiencies. So they are much more better economics to the whole thing, which would come from a last performance. So the 5 P's for me is better policy, partnerships, perception, people, and performance. So this is what I would like to start from. I would like to thank the entire fraternity to be helping us to put this show together. It was tough. It was tough because it was virtual, and our teams worked extremely hard, both at Franchiseindia and Remax India, to really put this show together. We have one of the finest people speaking today on this show. So there is a lot of good content going to come through. And we are also going to see awards which are going to be recognizing people who worked very, very hard to have our industry survive, not only survive, but actually now to see next level of growth. At Remax India, which I'll take another minute, we are in continuous effort to transform this broking industry. We feel that it can come only by 2 things. One, better professionalism. Professionalism come from better consumer experience, transparency, and better insights. That's something which we would strongly continue to work on. On the second side, we would feel that the technology will play a very, very important role. How do we marry these 2 things? How the better performance and professionalism, and also bringing better technology. That's something which is an endeavor for Remax India. Remax India would go all out to service our industry, our home buyers. We are present in about 65 cities in India, and we have interest that not only we are present in these cities, but we have a certain amount of leadership, and also being a multinational, we bring in better practices to the entire broking industry. So this was from my side. Thank you once again for supporting us for the 12th edition of Estate Summit and Estate Awards. This is the initiative which is to bring the industry together, to bring better practices, to learn from our leaders, and some of the leaders you will listen to today, see what their forecast is for 2021. So thank you, Bhavna. Thank you for hosting me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Marya, and thank you for joining us and starting with the awards and summit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just allow us a few minutes before we get ready with our next session.